What's up, YouTube? My name is Ty, financial advisor. Welcome to my channel. Please like the video, please subscribe, and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. So here is BBIG, Vinco Ventures. This finishes at $2.78 today. That is down 8.85%.
And it's gone.
So we discussed this stock yesterday. It was one of the only stocks that did really well in a market bloodbath. But then in the aftermarket, it actually sold off and went in the red. So that was pretty disappointing, and it seems like that negative momentum continued into today. But yeah, this was again top 10 on StockTwits. Believe it had about 7,000 mentions. So once again, we're going to analyze it. So no company-specific news to justify this price action today, but it just seems like people locked in their CRYPTYDE dividend. You had to buy in before May 18th to qualify for the CRYPTYDE dividends. So looks like a lot of last-minute buying in the last few days, and right after they got locked in, a lot of dumping now. That and just the overall market selling off today. So almost a 9% pullback today, pretty nasty. But all right, let's go ahead and analyze here. So first of all, this appears to be a cup and handle in the making. Bottom of the cup being the low of 195, and there can be multiple possible tops. It can be 350, 390, 440, or 555, and in the longer term, this is part of an even bigger cup and handle, where the top can be 730, 835, 910, 940, 1040, 1190, or the high of 1250. So those are all bullish indicators that is telling us that the stock should come back up to one of those tops to complete the cup. So the cup and handle is bullish in the short and long terms. And then we have a quadruple gap down. First gap down is back here at 955, so that's a bullish indicator that is telling us that the stock should come back up to 955 to fill that gap. Second gap down is at 745, so another bullish indicator that is telling us that the stock should come back up to 745 to fill this gap. Third gap down at 585, so that's another bullish indicator that is telling us that the stock should come back up to 585 to fill that gap. And then yesterday, a new gap down was created at 295, so another bullish indicator that is telling us that the stock should come back up to 295 to fill this gap. That one should fill relatively quickly in the short term. The other ones at 585, 745, and 1190, those will probably take a while to fill, but eventually they should. Those are more of a long-term thing. And here it looks like we have a descending wedge, so that's a bullish indicator. Right now it looks like this is consolidating between 345 and 230, so it looks like there's a bit more consolidation to go, but they should consolidate somewhere between 285 and 290, and from there it should break out to the upside. And it looks like there's some very strong resistance at 350. Retested that a couple of times, couldn't really break it. So if this breaks 350, that'd be really bullish. There also appears to be some very strong support at 215 and 195. So if it breaks 195, this can go really bad. That'd be pretty bearish. And in the aftermarket here, this is down to 275. So if this aftermarket action holds, that would be a bearish indicator for tomorrow. That is suggesting that tomorrow the stock will sell off. And if you guys want to follow along, the link to the chart is in the description down below. So right now this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 285 and 275. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 285, 295, 305, 315, 320, 330, 340, 350, 365, 375, 390, 405, 415, 425, 440, 460, 475, 485, $5, 515, 535, 545, and then 555. There is resistance above 555, but we're not going to discuss that right now. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 275, 265, 250, 240, 225, 215, 195, 175, 160, 135, and then 110. So right now at the current price, 278, the channels to the upside and the downside are pretty decently sized, so expect a regular amount of price action either way this goes. However, if/when this breaks 555 to the upside, the channels start to open up and get pretty wide, so expect a significant increase in price action if/when this breaks 555. And to the downside, if/when this breaks 215, the channel starts to open up and get pretty wide. So expect a significant increase in price action if/when this breaks 215. RSI is currently at 52, very average RSI there, a little bit above average. So according to the RSI, the current price of 278 is around fair market value. Maybe should be a little bit lower. And this did 21 million in volume today, which is below the average of 25 million. So the sell-off today was not confirmed by the volume. Okay, guys, just my opinion, not financial advice. So the chart does look really bullish. Long term, we got some strong bullish indicators in the cup and handle and triple gap down. And in the short term, this may pull back a little bit more because I'm not so sure that the dumping after the CRYPTYDE dividend getting paid out is done yet, but this should bottom out and reverse pretty soon. So maybe there's going to be a bit more sell-off in the short term, but it does look bullish as well. Got some pretty strong bullish indicators in the cup and handle, gap down, and descending wedge. Really no bearish indicators right now, except for the aftermarket action, which is just temporary. And we have a neutral indicator in the RSI. So overall, yeah, the chart does look pretty bullish in the short and long terms. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, you really can't go too wrong here at 278. Again, RSI is at 52, so very average RSI. So 278 is right around fair market value. Not exactly the greatest entry, but by no means terrible. And you really can't go too wrong here. So I would support going long at 278. And if it pulls back, then you can just average down at the supports that I mentioned before. And yeah, there's a lot of upside potential, especially in the long term, and not too much downside potential. So like I said, there's some very strong support at 215 and 195. I really don't think it's going lower than 215. And from the current price of 280, that's less than a 25% downside. And again, eventually this should come back up to 955 to fill the gap down there. And from the current price of 280, that would be over a 240% upside. So 25% downside potential, 240% upside potential. So I would say going long here would be a medium risk, very high reward play. Definitely worth it in my opinion. Definitely worth a shot. I like going long here. Looks like a pretty good play. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, I would not do that, and I would not recommend that for the same reasons I said to go long. Very strong bullish indicators in the short and long terms. Really no bearish indicators other than the aftermarket action, which is just temporary. And yeah, while you can make some money to the downside here, I really don't think you're going to make more than 25%. And again, a 240% upside potential. So I would say going short here would be a very high risk, medium reward play. Just not worth it, in my opinion. Way too risky for my liking. Doesn't really make too much sense going short here. You should have went short anywhere from $12 to like $4, and here at 280, it's just way too late. Not a good entry going short. And there's a good chance you're going to get burned. So there are definitely way better short plays out there in the market. Don't really see why you would go short on BBIG right now. So if you want to go short, do it at your own risk. But doesn't really seem like that great of a play. Okay, guys, so pretty straightforward. Seems like today's dump was because people who bought in for the CRYPTYDE dividends are unloading shares. So there may be a little bit more selling off in the short term. But overall, in the short and long terms, looks really bullish. 280, not exactly the greatest entry, but very average entry. Can't go too wrong here. A lot of long-term upside potential. I can't support going long here, and really no reason to go short. Way too risky. There are definitely way better short plays out there in the market. Don't really see why I'd go short right now. So sorry to everyone who lost money in the stock today, and good luck to everyone currently in the stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is BBIG, Vinco Ventures. Thanks everyone for watching today. I appreciate you guys. Please, like the video. Please subscribe, and catch me every weekday after market close on The Smarter Gambling Show. You apes already know, diamond hands to the moon. I'm Ty. This is Smarter Gambling. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.